Imagine a world where machines can not only understand human emotions, but also create art based on how you feel. Picture an AI that senses your happiness and generates a digital masterpiece filled with bright, lively colors like yellow and orange, or one that detects your sadness and crafts a moody, melancholic painting with deep blue hues and soft brushstrokes. It sounds like a concept straight out of a sci-fi novel, but this is not just theoretical. It's happening right now. Artificial intelligence is evolving to understand emotions in ways we never thought possible, using advanced technologies like facial recognition, physiological data analysis, and natural language processing. But how exactly does this work? And what does it mean for the future of human creativity? As AI becomes more emotionally intelligent, it opens up a world of possibilities that extend far beyond simple text-based interactions. Machines can now analyze facial expressions, monitor heart rates, and even interpret brainwaves to gauge emotional states with impressive accuracy. This isn't just about making AI more human-like, it's about using technology to enhance human creativity and self-expression in ways we never imagined. In this video, we're going to explore how AI detects emotions, how it translates them into art, and what this means for the intersection of technology and creativity. Could AI one day become as emotionally expressive as humans? And if so, how do we ensure it's used responsibly? Let's find out. For AI to create emotion-driven art, it first needs to understand human emotions. But unlike humans, AI doesn't have intuition or gut feelings. It relies entirely on data. The process of emotion detection in AI is based on three key areas: analyzing facial expressions, tracking physiological responses, and interpreting language to understand emotional tone. Facial recognition technology is one of the most widely used methods for detecting emotions. The human face is an intricate map of micro-expressions that reveal what we're feeling, even when we try to hide it. AI taps into this by using deep learning models trained on vast datasets of human faces, learning to recognize patterns and expressions linked to emotions like happiness, sadness, anger, and surprise. One of the most powerful frameworks for this is the Facial Action Coding System, or FACS, which breaks down facial movements into specific muscle actions. By analyzing these micro-expressions, AI can classify emotions with surprising accuracy. However, there are challenges. Variations in lighting, different facial structures, and cultural differences in emotional expression can all impact AI's ability to detect feelings accurately. To overcome this, researchers are now using 3D facial scanning technology and infrared sensors to improve precision, making emotion detection more reliable across diverse populations. But facial expressions alone don't tell the whole story. Emotions are also reflected in physiological signals, and AI can analyze these to gain a deeper understanding of how a person is feeling. Wearable devices like smartwatches and biometric sensors can track heart rate variability, skin conductance, and even brain activity to detect emotional states. Electroencephalography technology, for example, allows AI to read brainwaves and determine whether someone is in a state of relaxation, stress, or deep concentration. Some experimental projects have even used EEG data to create real-time generative art based on brain activity, transforming emotions into visual representations. However, physiological data is highly individual, meaning that AI must constantly learn and adapt to different users to improve accuracy. External factors like caffeine intake, lack of sleep, or physical exertion can all influence physiological readings, making it a challenge to create a universally reliable system. Beyond facial recognition and physiological analysis, AI also uses natural language processing, or NLP, to detect emotions in speech and text. Language is one of the most direct ways we express emotions, and AI has become remarkably skilled at analyzing tone, word choice, and sentence structure to determine sentiment. Sentiment analysis tools break text down using tokenization, part of speech tagging, and sentiment lexicons to classify emotions. More advanced models like BERT and GPT take it a step further by recognizing context, sarcasm, and irony, making emotional detection and language more nuanced. One of the most exciting advancements in this field is multimodal sentiment analysis, where AI combines text, speech tone, and facial expressions simultaneously to achieve a highly accurate emotional reading. Imagine a world where AI listens to your voice, watches your facial cues, and reads your words all at once. This technology is getting us closer to that reality. Once AI understands an emotional state, the next step is transforming that data into something visually expressive. This is where generative AI models like generative adversarial networks, or GANs, and variational autoencoders, or VAEs, come into play. These models allow AI to create unique, emotion-driven artwork by analyzing and interpreting emotional inputs. The process works by feeding AI real-time emotional data from facial expressions, physiological signals, or text sentiment analysis. Based on the detected emotion, the AI then adjusts various artistic elements, such as color schemes, textures, brushstroke intensity, and composition, to match the emotional tone. If AI senses excitement, it might generate an artwork bursting with energy, featuring dynamic shapes and vivid colors. If it detects sadness, the result could be a subdued, atmospheric painting with soft tones and slow, fluid brushstrokes. This concept is already being used in experimental digital art projects and interactive installations. Some AI-generated music programs can compose melodies that adapt to the listener's emotions in real time, creating deeply personalized musical experiences. Other projects have focused on immersive virtual reality environments that change based on a user's mood, allowing people to visually experience their emotions in an entirely new way. These innovations mark the beginning of a new era where AI doesn't just mimic human creativity, but actively collaborates with us to enhance self-expression. As exciting as this technology is, it also introduces a host of ethical concerns that we can't afford to ignore. The idea of AI reading and interpreting our emotions might sound intriguing, even revolutionary, but it comes with serious privacy implications that could redefine how we interact with technology. Emotion detection relies on some of the most personal data we possess: our facial expressions, voice tones, physiological signals, and even brain activity. These aren't just numbers on a screen, they are intimate reflections of our inner world, revealing thoughts and feelings we may not even be consciously aware of. The question is, who should have access to this information and how should it be used? If this data were to fall into the wrong hands, the consequences could be far-reaching and deeply unsettling. Imagine a world where corporations monitor your emotions in real time, using AI to manipulate your feelings and influence your decisions. What if an online store could detect when you're feeling sad and bombard you with ads for comfort purchases? What if political campaigns could analyze your emotional state and tailor messages designed to exploit your fears or reinforce your biases? Some tech companies are already experimenting with emotion-driven advertising, where AI picks up on moments of vulnerability and strategically places ads to maximize consumer response. This level of emotional surveillance could open the door to a new era of psychological manipulation, raising serious concerns about consent, autonomy, and the ethical limits of AI-driven marketing. But privacy isn't the only issue at stake. There's also the impact of emotion-driven AI on human creativity. Will AI-generated emotional art eventually replace human artists, or will it serve as a tool to enhance creative expression? AI can analyze vast amounts of data and produce stunning works of art, but can it truly understand the human condition? Can it capture the depth of lived experiences, the complexity of personal struggles, or the raw intensity of human emotions? Many argue that while AI-generated art can be visually impressive, it lacks the soul and emotional authenticity that define human creativity. The challenge moving forward is ensuring that AI remains a collaborator rather than a competitor, an assistant that empowers artists rather than diminishing their role. We're on the brink of a new artistic revolution, one where AI doesn't just replicate human creativity, but collaborates with us in deeply personal and unprecedented ways. Imagine a future where AI-generated paintings reflect our emotions in real time, creating a visual diary of our feelings throughout the day. AI-powered musicians composing symphonies tailored to your mood, shifting from upbeat and energetic to soft and melancholic as your emotions change. These possibilities are not just exciting, they signal a shift in how we interact with art and technology, blurring the line between human expression and artificial intelligence. However, with great innovation comes great responsibility. As AI becomes more emotionally aware, we must navigate the ethical challenges that come with it. Who owns AI-generated art? Should AI-driven emotional analysis be used in commercial applications, and if so, how do we ensure it isn't exploited for profit at the expense of individual privacy? The potential for AI to manipulate emotions, whether through targeted advertisements, political influence, or even psychological profiling, raises serious concerns about how this technology should be regulated. Striking the right balance between creative enhancement and ethical responsibility will be crucial in determining whether emotion-driven AI remains a force for good or becomes a tool for manipulation. What do you think? Should AI have the ability to interpret human emotions and create art based on them? Is this the dawn of a new creative renaissance, or are we venturing into dangerous territory with unintended consequences? As AI continues to push the boundaries of what's possible in art and self-expression, we must ask ourselves where we want to draw the line. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective on this rapidly evolving technology. And if you enjoy this deep dive into AI and emotion-driven creativity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.